So one of the things that I love learning about when I'm working with clients is the psychology behind some of the decisions they make. People that operate within those organizations, what their expectations are, even what their technical level is or is not. And the reason I do this is it helps guide conversations around how we're going to deliver services to them. Right? One of the big of the five pillars that we work on um, is around experience. And before you even go, well, what are the five pillars? Let me just show you. So these are our five pillars around our methodology. And we talk about foundations, getting the basics right. We talk about experience, knowledge, scale, and agility. All of these elements are what you need to build what we call a future ready business. But that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is experience. And the thing with experience that a lot of people tend to ignore is, especially when they're building out digital systems, etc. What they're as business owners and decision makers is that what we try to make decisions around is price and return on investment, and do we get the data and information that we want to be able to get out of them. But what we often forget about is the user experience. The people who are going to be using these tools, what sort of experience are they going to have? And the reason this is important is you want them to use the tools. You don't want them to avoid them. You don't want them to go, ah, yeah, that CRM, it's a pain in the neck. I don't really want to use it. I'll fill that stuff in later. Well, guess what? Later never happens. Or they'll do the bare minimum that they can get away with without getting fired or breaching their KPIs, etc. Right? What we want to do is we want to flip that around so people actually want to use this stuff. So we need to think about the sorts of people that are working for us. What's their expectation? What's their background? What are they comfortable with? Do we even want to give them a say in making these decisions? And the thing is that when you do this and when you start thinking about this, then what happens is that you get much more engagement. We used to call that particular pillar engagement. We switched it to experience because that's what we're trying to create. What's the experience of your team members when they first sign up with you? Right? They join you and they're really excited. You've done the really big sell about your business and how awesome it is through the interview process. They've Googled you. They've maybe spoken to others. They've come and seen your office or your virtual office, etc. And you think, man, these guys love to work for you. But what's the experience on day one? Get their new device. What's that like? Can you improve it? Would you make it better? The answer is yes, you can always make things better. But should you? My argument is yes. The better you can make that experience, that onboard experience, better they're going to feel about that particular decision. Same as with all the other applications. What's the experience using those applications? There's nothing worse than working within an organization and you have to switch between 10, 12, 15 different systems just to do your job. And this was a problem I solved with a superannuation company many years ago, where they literally did have 15 different systems that the team members who were working on the phones, talking to their clients, would have to navigate to manage any particular call. Now, sometimes they didn't need all of them. Sometimes they did. Sometimes they thought they only needed one or two when they actually needed them all because they weren't connected. It was a horrible experience. And every time you switch context, you change tasks, costs you lots. Time is precious. So we want to create that good environment. We want to reduce the workload. We want to reduce the context switching. And we want to make people actually enjoy what they do, which is why we spend time putting in branding. It's why we spend time making sure it looks good, making sure it feels good, making sure it performs well, making sure that people are comfortable right? Making sure they feel comfortable. Make sure that we can find ways that's actually making it easier for them to do their work. They don't feel like they're pushing, oh, they're pushing shit uphill, right? They don't feel like that. So, experience, understanding the psychology of not only yourself, but also the people working with you, help improve the overall experience. Extend that to your clients, extend that to your partners, and extend that to everyone who interacts with you and your organization. And you're on your way to creating a much better experience, hopefully, a much better organization. So, tech isn't just about technology, it's not about the digital, it's about the experience, it's about people. Good technology connects great people to achieve great things. Hope you found that useful.